Hello and welcome to Caravan Salon Dusseldorf. This is the hall of the luxury vehicles. These are perhaps the most luxurious vehicles available in Europe, with prices up to 5.3 million euros. But one thing I need to point out when we're looking at vehicles which are luxury ones, that they are largely built to order. So the price doesn't mean anything really. If one is talking about a very expensive vehicle, then we can only do it on those which are built, in my opinion, on production lines. Because you may order a old falling to bits vehicle, but you want the insides done in solid gold. Well, therefore that would become the most expensive vehicle. So here we have Morello, who does have a production line. In fact, you can see the production line in a video I did 4 years ago. That production line now is much expanded on what it was then, and so this is indeed very luxurious. I think their top model with all the extras, you're probably looking around 1.5 million, and starting now is approximately about 180,000, something along those lines, approximately. Very luxurious inside, and I don't know if I can actually. Let's just go and show you one of them. It says please enter only here with staff, so I'll just stick the thing round the door and you can see like that. So I have filmed them at various events in the past and at the factory as well. Now their smallest vehicle, I thought, I was thinking, maybe one day, maybe I can find a used one. You're walking, and that would be for me, 180,000 sort of one, even if it's like 10 years old. How much is it going to cost? But this is really, I think, supremely luxurious. In my opinion, I mean, that's what I think. I really do like Morello. And I also like the way, for example, that here at the front is sort of integrated. You can take the steering wheel off, and it can look as though the front of it is now part of a lounge or something like that. So that's one. But anyway, we shall go into other vehicles during the event if I can. Right, so Morello do have this rather large stand here, which I think somewhat reflects the way the company has grown. So now let's come down here a bit to there's a vehicle with a some people often ask me, that's a motorhome with a garage. But I'll show you here one of the problems with the garage is that the bed up there, the bedroom which is above the garage, you might even be clear from this. You can see where the roof is. There's the roof, right? So roughly with that, so I pulled my thing this back, you can see there's not much room in the bedroom. And now one way around this would of course be to make it higher, but this then has other engineering problems relating to the stability of the vehicle. And so I have talked to people, engineers, on this subject, and whereas the engineering bit's a bit complicated for me, but that's the compromise. The garage is a bumping ahead on the ceiling in the bedroom. Right, here is Volknermobile. Volknermobile has the most expensive vehicle. Now this one here comes with a Mini, which I think is a relatively sensible vehicle to come with, but because the Mini is comparatively high, comparatively, note the word, and you'll see why, then means there's less room inside. And this garage here works. You can see here that you stick your Mini on the ramp here, and then the ramp goes in there. It's all electric, and then it makes its way in. At the moment it's going to bump it onto the side, but that also goes up, and then it gets lifted in to the vehicle. You know, even if I had the cash, I don't think I'd want something like that. But so I think, it sort of limits where you can even park. But then again, I suppose if people have afford something like this, they couldn't care less about something like that. So you get a good view here of the ramp, which has been used for tables and chairs. But it's what is good. You can see where the wheels go into the vehicle wheels, and I think we see how it's going in. Now here, this Performance S here, it's 5.3 million euros. This is the most expensive vehicle in the world, allegedly, because then it's not, because the design, remember this, it's not on a production line, it's all done individually, it's handmade, etc. And the vehicle itself about 2 million, the rest is for the 3.2 or 3.3, is for that thing down there. That's a Ferrari, and it's a completely pointless vehicle. Doesn't have the sleeping accommodation, doesn't have the fridge is tiny, you've got nowhere to store stuff. It's absolutely awful. The only thing it's got is a bit of an engine in there, which consumes fuel like nobody's business. And so, I mean, I can't see the point of the Ferrari. And as far as this Vulcanmobile, which is above it, yeah, well, I don't know where you're going to park the thing. So anyway, that's my interpretation of this vehicle. Let's come down a little bit further, and we'll see another rather expensive one, which is from here, Variomobile. And so again, this is a bit. It was all individually made, but this is a bit more industrial, I think, rather than saying Volkner. And this Variomobile comes with, I think that's a Mercedes, and this vehicle, you're looking at 1.5 million for this, approximately starting around 800,000 euros. It's got these slide outs. Oh, I'll show you this slide out here. Look, that is the biggest slide out I have seen ever, I think. Can't recall ever seeing a slide out bigger than that. It's absolutely enormous. And there's another really curious feature which is up there, and that is the solar panel. So that will go down when the vehicle's in motion, and so you don't have to go around like that. I think you just configure it. The buyer configures to whatever they want. It's all made to order. Now here's an interesting little one here, and see how the vehicle goes in there like that. Oh, it's one of these like bubble cars, MRO. I've never seen one of them before, but I have seen pictures of the bubble car from the 1950s. And this is a Concorde vehicle. Concorde is located very close to Morello. In fact, it had the same staff at the beginning of the companies, and they're different from Morello, but they're certainly in the luxury category. They have the similarities as well. And you can see a number of Concorde vehicles which I have filmed on my site in the past. And we'll have a quick walk around. Now, I was at their factory 2 months ago, and they had next to nothing, and they said, "We'll come to Dusseldorf, we'll have something there." So they must have held back on their production for this event. Now here is Wochner. These are sort of more special, largely 4x4 vehicles which they make. There's a company RJH which started off making horse vehicles for carrying horses around, or whatever they're called, horse motorhomes. And so they also do, as a number of other former horse companies did, started making motorhomes for people rather than horses. Okay, well, here I've got a good look at an empty garage, but a garage for a smaller vehicle, and so probably one of them bubble things would go in there. But once more, see the problem at the top. So on this Centurion, see where the garage is, roughly where the light is in fact on the vehicle, and the headroom at the back is limited. So if you go into the bedroom, then you've got to duck, and that's the price. So it's not just Morello does it; it's everybody. So, Porsche. Now here's Phoenix. Phoenix is located. It's the neighbour of Concorde. So you've got Concorde, you've got the Stellplatz for Concorde, which is a great place to stay, and then you've got Phoenix Factory as well. So they're all together. Now the Phoenix has taken on more space as well, like Morello, which is just down the road, and so there must be quite a major demand on the workers, because the place where Ashbach is quite a small village. It's not particularly large. And you've got all of these luxurious vehicles coming from there. So we've got one Action Mobile. For Action Mobiles, this isn't really their major event. Wonderful large vehicles, Global XRS 7400. Again, you'll see it's on a lorry, MAN, and the container, if you like, at the back, that is built to whatever the client desires. So we'll walk back into the Phoenix area. There's a dog, and once more the same thing again. You can see how high the garage is, but the space above the garage inside is really limited. Now, from my own point of view, I have to, it's nice to look at something. There's some vehicles I can look at, I really like something like that. But I know perfectly well that this is it's not so much, it is, of course, that it's outside of my financial capacity, and will always be outside of my, but this isn't even something I'd want to own. I think the luxury inside is fantastic, but for me, first of all, I'd be frightened of driving something like that, and maybe have to do a course. But the thing at the end of the day is you can't park the thing, and this really is the problem. If you're really denying yourself access to so many places by having a large vehicle, 7 meters, okay, fair enough. But even in one of the larger Heimers, like a 9-meter vehicle, but things like this, like going at 12 meters, then I just really cannot see. I don't know what people do with them, for sure. No, I mean, if one of my singles I was on top of the pops or something like this, and I had the band, yeah, okay, great. So I posted the band to travel around in. It'd be good to have something of this nature. Now here we have Krug, who got this Rhino, which is their shortest vehicle. This is an off-road expedition company, and so they build vans. Again, obviously everything is to order, but they have one or two interesting solutions. And so these off-road things are somewhat similar to what the stuff should be like in the army, but wasn't, because it was always breaking down. I'm sure it was like that when you were in the army too. Here we have this as he moved from Warsaw, Poland, and I've never been in one of theirs, but it's based on the Fuso Mitsubishi, which is used for a number of off-road applications, including they've got a number of cab overs, and people have said to me, how do you get into the engine? And the thing is, I don't know on a cab over how you get into the engine, but if anybody here knows, then do let me know. That's an Airstream. This motorhome doesn't have a engine, so I don't know how that gets around. Actually, for Americans, that was a little joke. I say Americans because I've got, I think they've got different terminology. That's a Caravan, the Airstream. This is Bliss. They make these rather, this is on the Zetros. And they use a lot of these come with the off-road stuff. I mean, it can actually, they use old vehicles at that. So you can see that some of their stuff on vehicles even from the late 80s. So it can be like 35 years old. But if it's these things apparently go on forever and ever and ever. So and maybe it's cheaper to repair them. And here we have Bimobile. One of the best known off-road German companies, and a huge amount of experience. And so here, Röbel. I really like the way they've got these rear lounge short vehicles. One of these ones here are a bit longer, they're not so short, but yeah, these 6-meter vehicles, and I think there's huge amount of space in the back. And the cab over, obviously you've got the beds there, and so bed 210 centimeters long. And finally, I think we're going to end this with La Strada, which is from near Frankfurt, despite the name, and they brought out this Nova 2 years ago, 2020. I think it's got a really space age appearance and wonderful inside. And yeah, I'd have to say this is one of my favourite vehicles, but I want to point something out here which is very clever, and not many, even in this hall, have this. Look how the awning has been integrated into the body of the vehicle. Very few companies do it. Silver Dream does it as well, and they also use this monocoque shell, but there's very few companies that actually do that. I think that is particularly attractive feature, and it must actually help, I would have thought, with fuel consumption as well. So, and here finally we've got this other one here. Okay, this Nova comes in 2 versions. I think we've got both versions here. One version is got the German layout at the back, and the one's got a widthwise bed. Maybe I can just nip in here. I mean, everything here on this is expensive. This is 184,000 euros. Let's have a quick look. So you see you've got a German layout. There's a kitchen. And oh, it's got a particularly nice shower as well. Oh, that's very, very elegant. Now the starting price for this was around 100. Starting, I mean, the starting price doesn't mean anything. Now the starting price 125,000. So it's gone up from 100,000 to 125,000 in 2 years. Maybe they've added something to it, I don't know. Another feature it's got here, so you've got the gym light at the back. Here we've got this bed as well. The bed here will comes down. I don't know if I can display one hand. Oh, I can. There's the table. Bed does, sorry. The storage. This is storage, it's not a bed, take that back. This is a storage for the table, and the table goes there. Now, the advantage here is that if without the table, is of course if anybody's sitting here and when things in motion, then that could be handy. Of course, you can use it for storing other things as well. So I think that's a nice little feature. You've got storage in the floor here. It's not flat, but you've got the same fridge as I have, the two-way Dometic fridge. I think it's something. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I find this one pretty attractive. As far as I'm concerned, I have to say I think the most attractive vehicle inside here is the Niesman Bishop Smove, but its problem for that is it just doesn't work. It's not it's not fit for purpose. And I wonder if let's just nip in here as well. And this thing here, we're looking at over 180,000. So this is the bed above, and there's a single bed at the back, or single-ish, because you could potentially get two people in there. And yeah, I like this one. So if anybody here from Lestrade is watching this, then I would like. This seems like a pretty good bet for me. The carpet here is to protect it. I understand. You've got a strafe there. You've got everybody coming in and out with studded boots and things, so you don't really want them messing up your floor. So, plenty of storage as well. And another nice feature about this was when the bed is down, that you can still sit, more or less sit at the table. More or less, I mean, you can just about manage it anyway. And here, this thing here, this is meant to be, well, it could be for a television. I think also used for other things as well. Good. So I hope you found that interesting. A look around the luxury section here at Dusseldorf. And mind you, it's not just luxury vehicles on this channel, there's plenty of normal stuff as well. I try to show the sort of stuff that people are likely to be driving, but as a final, just to close with, I'll leave you with this Grand Empire from Morello with a price tag of up to €1.5 million, which is built on a production line. So this is actually one of the contenders for the most expensive motorhome in Europe. I think trying to do this fairly. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that interesting. All the best from me. Bye for now.